Alright, today we're doing brakes on the rear of a 04 Mitsubishi Endeavor. It's only two-wheel drive. It's going to be very simple to do. First thing you got to do is take off the wheel. Very easy, 21mm lug bolts. Just pull off the wheel and we'll go from there. Okay, wheel is off. Now we just got the caliper right here. This is the caliper, and we're just going to pull out, let me get a better shot. I'm going to pull out this bolt and this bolt right here, which is actually only threaded into the removable part of the caliper, and those are 14mm bolts. Okay, so this was very simple on the other side. All I had to do is pull the bolts right on out. But on this side, the top bolt was out of grease right there, and all you got to do is just pull it straight out, except for this one here didn't have any grease left, so it's all dried up and was hard to pull out. So had to pry on it a little bit and get it on out of there. We're gonna grease it up and put it back in there, and then we'll move on from there. Okay, we got the caliper pulled off. The one shoe stays on with the caliper. The other one stays in here, and there's clips here that helps it stay in. All you gotta do, just pry it out. You got your old shoe off of the inside, and you stick a pry bar in there, you pry it down, and it just comes right on out. And the reason why you just pry it down is because it has these studs here that holds it in. This here is just a spring that holds it from backing off. And then you have your caliper here that you want to, what I do is I put a C-clamp across right here and just clamp it down and squeeze that back so you can slide it back on once you put your new shoes on. Okay, I got my clamp on here. All I'm going to do is just tighten that down, and it'll suck that piston right back up in there. Flatten that out. After it's flattened out, you pull that off. And your piston's flat, and you should be able to fit your shoes in there and put it back on the rotor. Okay, here's the new shoes on the towel here. Here's the old shoes. On the one brake, you got to pull the clip off. This little clip right here, and you got to put it on your new shoe, which is not this one because that one has the spring that holds it in. It's this one here, and you slide it on the same side that the clip was on the old one. So if you pull them off and forget to check, then you can line it up identically, and you can see that nothing has been on this side, but there has been on this side. Well, then you can snap it in right there. And this side here has a bigger indentation, and you can notice that is for this. Okay, we're ready to put this thing back together. These boots, they do like to come off, so you gotta be careful. I just slid my rear brake pad in. There's little notches in there that you slide it in, and then your outer brake pad goes on the caliper. You can just take the top of the spring. Let's see if I can get some light where y'all can see that. Set the spring on top of that, push it down as you're pushing in, and it'll just click right in like that. And then your other side, you can just slide it in, it clicks in, and then it's ready to pull over here. Just set it down right there, it just sits on there, and then you are ready to line your bolts in. This top bolt was giving me fits because it didn't have any grease left, And I did grease that back up. So all you gotta do is line up this boot with this bolt and slide it in, and then thread it in and do the same on the bottom. Make sure you line up your boot and slide that through your boot. Make sure you don't drop your boot, because that keeps it from drying out the grease. Okay, so our bolts are tightened up, and all they do is tighten into the caliper. They actually do not attach, thread it into the vehicle itself. It's just riding in there, but it'll stay because of this here would have to move over in order to the bolts to go off, and that's not going to happen. Okay, and then we're going to put our tire back on, which is very simple, and we're going to torque those down to factory torque, which I believe is between 55 and 65 pound-foot of torque, and then you're good to go. Which I would recommend pumping the brake about 3 or 4 times before you take off, just so that it allows that cylinder to, the cylinder right here, to squeeze back and tighten up on that. Okay, if this video was beneficial to you, if you was able to learn anything from it, or it helped you in any way, please like or share or comment on this video. Subscribe if you'd like to. If you have an Endeavor, please subscribe. I'm sure I'm going to have plenty more videos coming. I know I'm going to be doing the CV axles in the future, and as well as the struts. So whenever I get to do those, then I will video it, and I will show you how to do that, as well as other things that may or may not go wrong with this vehicle, and I'll teach you maintenance or whatever we can. Once again, if this taught you anything or helped you in any way, please like, subscribe, and share the video. There's also a notification bell on there that you can click to notify you whenever I post new videos. Please at least like it so that I know that it helps somebody, because I do like to know if it helps somebody. That's all for today. Thank you, and have a blessed day.